Well, this storm system does have multiple stops. And for this particular track, well, stop number one is already out of the way. That was in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. In fact, it wasn't just the rain, it was also the wind that was very problematic. And this morning, we have 500,000 people at least waking up without power in Washington state, including Seattle this morning. Let's go ahead and take it to the ground. We have Fox Weather's Robert Ray, who is in Seattle. You've been there all week following this story. There's multiple components, right, Robert? We have the system that just came through that brought the wind, and I'm interested if you heard the wind from where you were yesterday, or if you felt it. But then also we're watching the rivers and how they respond to some of the added rain.
Yeah, it's a complex system. Certainly, these ARs, atmospheric rivers that come in, create a lot of different scenarios for communities. And look behind me, guys. You talk about no power. Well, Seattle is lit up right now as we await the sun. A beautiful city as we sit on the perch here with very gusty winds continuing to come in. They're at my back right now. Rain has dissipated, which is good. And look at last night, actually yesterday late afternoon into the evening, and that is when the winds and all that rain really picked up. It went all the way essentially through the night, stopped about 3 o'clock in the morning, but certainly added a lot more rain onto an already inundated river system and landscape as well. And that's really a problem. And all that wind that has been coming through, I mean, you're looking at gusts of 50 plus miles per hour last night in some areas, and today in Seattle at least we're going to see anywhere between 25 and 40 mile an hour gusts that continue, although the good news is very little rain until again late tonight, and we'll get to that in a second. But you look at the levees the past couple days. This all started on Monday with a levee breach on the Green River, and we were there live covering it as officials came in and began to plug that levee with the huge white sandbags, trying to do the best they could. Earthen levees that essentially just couldn't take that push from the water anymore and folded. And that's what happens when you get an historic atmospheric river like last week, 22 plus inches. And then maybe we look at some of the aerial video from the local here in Seattle, the Fox local, and they were on the ground at the White River that also had a levee failure. And unfortunately, that water went into a lot of communities, where people live, and that's not a good thing. There were evacuations. There have been so many different evacuations over the course of the past week or so. Even Governor Bob Ferguson talking about the hundreds of people who have been picked out of harm's way by whether it's National Guard or Coast Guard. And then you add in, all of this rain, more of this rain coming in, and then at higher elevation, snow. Okay, so this is going to pick up again really intensely Thursday into Friday, although where I'm standing right now will likely not take the brunt of it. It will be Oregon and Northern California. But in the meantime, millions of dollars is having to come in here to help those affected, all the way from the Canadian border in Sumas, Washington, all the way down here into Seattle, about 150 plus miles to the southwest is where Seattle is. So these ARs, gosh, they're complex, and they add a whole new element when you talk about the landscape here in the Pacific Northwest, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, what a wild week. And really, we don't expect to see any relief until we head into early next week when it comes to rain, when it comes to wind. So appreciate that perspective. We're still waiting for the sun to fully come up in Seattle this morning, but I'm wondering a lot of people still waking up in the dark as they wait for power to get turned back on. So Robert, appreciate that out of Seattle this morning.